So what happened under George Osborne is that universal credit was set up, which was bringing all these different benefit schemes together into a single scheme. But he did it at the same time as he reduced the benefit bill. This was all austerity, trying to balance the budget, which meant for Ian Duncan Smith, who was pioneering this, that he got very angry because he felt that universal credit, which might have been a good idea in theory, which is bringing different benefits together and getting rid of ridiculous cliff edges. In the past, when I began as an MP in 2010, it was true in many cases that it didn't make sense to work because you lost so many benefits when you went to work that it didn't make sense. So universal credit helped to deal with some of those issues, but it happened at a time when welfare collapsed. The exception that Osborne made was in different forms of disability payment, which he broadly uprated with inflation, so that over time you ended up in a situation where your out-of-work benefits were worth less and less, and your disability benefits got more and more. The government ends up with a bill of, I think, £80 billion a year on disability, and is very anxious then that the gap between the two is incentivizing people to claim disability benefits who wouldn't otherwise claim them. There was studies from Policy Exchange and from Times has done quite a lot of this stuff, suggesting that many more people are now claiming disability benefits than before COVID, and many more of them are claiming it compared to European competitors. So there's something odd about the British system. We have a lot of people out of work. So the government thinks we've got to save money. There's something odd going on. And actually, it's good for the economy and it's good for individuals to get back into work. So we're going to try to deal with it by controlling the disability spending. But that means that they've put themselves in a position where they're being, in some senses, more extreme than George Osborne. And that is a big problem for their backbench. Over to you.
At this point, I heard Pat McFadden on the media this morning, the Cabinet Office Minister who was sort of put out. Pat's very good at going out when the wicket is very tricky and sounding very progressive and very Labour when being challenged, as you say, from a perspective where people are saying this is something that George Osborne didn't try to do.